Good evening and thanks for joining us. Happy Super Bowl Sunday for football fans out there. We're taking a look at those current temperatures, and in Boise you'll see 46 degrees. That's the current temperature that we're getting read, but if you look down in the Florida area, they're hanging out in the high 70s, some parts even reading 80 degrees. Not a bad time to go ahead and play that Super Bowl game. Now looking at the temperature trends from today, that we see that we were pretty steady in that 40-degree range, even averaging at that 47-degree range from noon until almost about 4 p.m. and then temperatures have started to dip down and will continue to do so throughout the rest of the day. Looking at high temperatures for your Monday, here's a look at what to expect. 44 degrees for Boise, 45 for Mountain Home. The mountains hanging pretty steady in the high 20-degree range, low 30s. Now, unfortunately, wind is still a very big factor. Earlier, we were mentioning that there's a wind advisory in place until 8 p.m. tonight in parts of eastern Idaho and even parts of the Magic Valley. Looking at those future wind gusts, you'll see that even just behind me in that same sort of region, we're seeing the heavier winds. Right now, though, there seems to be some mild relief in the form of 9-mile-per-hour winds. But as we start to progress through our Monday, you'll see Boise's up in that teens range, 16 miles per hour, but Fairfield, Ketchum, we're starting to see just a little bit of a variance. There's 10 miles per hour expected for about noon Monday at Ketchum, 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Fairfield, 24 over in the Twin Falls area. This wind is going to greatly impact the feels like temperature. So again, that's taking the air temperature and it means it feels cooler because that wind is just bringing in a slight chill. And it's due in part to some lingering Arctic air that we've been seeing throughout the last couple of days. Now, clouds and precipitation. Here's a look at what's been going on over the last few hours. We have lots of clouds that are rolling through parts of northern and central Idaho, even some active weather through parts of northern Idaho, some snow and a mix of the two of rain and snow. We talked about yesterday how there was what we call a stationary front. The stationary front is this red and blue line that you see right here, and it's starting to push through Idaho. And essentially what that means is it's that yucky rain, snow weather meeting up with that nice, warm, stable weather. And when it mixes together, it almost just hovers in a nice little circle, creating some unfortunate weather circumstances. So in this case, it just means that we're slowly seeing pockets of rain and snow moving through the forecast area, a lot slower than we would if it was just a low pressure front. Now, we do have a high pressure front, which means that's that nice, beautiful weather, but it's sitting in a pocket just off the coast of Canada, just below the Gulf of Alaska. And then we have another low pressure front that's going to be bringing us some snow later in the week, but it's taking its time. These winds are slowly but surely bringing it into the forecast region. So we have a couple days before we have to worry about that. And essentially, this is just a breakdown about what all those letters and those lines mean. We have colder weather that's going to be in the state, the moisture that's coming our way. Now, here's a look at those Treasure Valley high temperatures for tomorrow. We are looking partly cloudy, 45 degrees across the board. 47, though, will be the high in Vail. Again, that wind chill will be a factor because of some heavier wind gusts that we'll be dealing with tomorrow. 46 will be the high in Caldwell. 45 over in Kuna. Making our way into the west central mountains, wind won't be much of a factor, but we are having to worry about a little bit of mountain snow. Very light accumulation that can be starting as early as this evening and carrying into the early parts of tomorrow. Here's a look at the east central mountains. 24 will be the high in Stanley for tomorrow. Again, going to be seeing some light snow, but very little to no accumulation of that snow. Partly cloudy in the Magic Valley. It'll be a high of 43 in Gooding. 41 will be the high temperature in Shoshone. Looking at that 7-day forecast, lots of sunshine, but it can be a little deceiving as we are again dealing with wind going into most of our Monday. It should calm down though late Monday going into Tuesday. Wet weather though roll in Thursday, Friday. And Saturday could shake out to be some snow later in the weekend.
Right, here it comes. This morning was gorgeous, though. Sunshine, absolutely. And you're right. If it weren't for a little bit of the wind, it's felt like late spring, really.
Yeah, that wind, it's just a tricky catfish is what I call it. It looks beautiful, you get outside, and then, yeah, you're catfished by the weather.
All right, thanks, Frankie. Well.